and now all you vinyl varmints and all you record collecting crew, now have I got a box of records for you. Well, hello everybody. This is your Attic Daddy, and I am here with Shadow Man.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Good morning, good to see you. Good to be back at Studio F.
Good to see you back here.
With show number 25.
25.
Isn't that amazing? How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well.
That's
How are you?
Good. Oh, fine.
It's been raining here for the past few days. Today, a beautiful sunny day, and Kevin's been busy mopping up water because he got a leaky basement.
It was, yes.
But nothing
Rare
is
enough
wrong.
occasion when it rained that much. But hopefully it'll dry up a bit. But we haven't dried up. We still have more records to show. How's that for a segue?
Well, speak for yourself.
I could be a weatherman on TV. Today's show is referred to as a triple threat because they're featuring three bands, special favorites of mine, and they're all interconnected. That is Panther Burns, the Cramps, and the Gun Club.
Cool. Yes.
And we're back with our studio audience today.
Where's our audience from today?
They are from the Cramps fan club.
Oh, very nice.
Yes. So they came
They're
up
behaving very nicely
from Cleveland and everything.
We love Cleveland.
Well, I guess we should proceed. We're going to start off with Panther Burns, Tav Falco, who was the one consistent member of Panther Burns, a Memphis band. Now, Tav Falco and a guy called Randall Lyon were filmmakers and really early in the video in the 70s and filmed quite a bit of very important stuff in Memphis of blues musicians. And the people that were around and helped dig up some people like Charlie Feathers and got them back into the public. This person's very important, in my opinion, for the Memphis music scene. Now, what happened is that Alex Chilton from the Box Tops and from Big Star, and there's a whole movie about Big Star called Nothing Can Hurt Me, a great documentary. But anyways, he was producing the first Cramps album and already knew Tav Falco from some events that were in Memphis. And after seeing the Cramps, decided that maybe that was the way to go to start his own band, and him and Alex Chilton for the first 2 or 3 Panther Burns albums was a big part of it. So, and this contains two albums actually. Nice big double here. Both slide in here to show you that Charles Burns art. Yes, Panther Burns, Blow Your Top.
Oh, number one.
And this one here, Sugar Ditch Revisited. This is my personal fave of the Panther Burns. And it also features Jim Dickinson, the legendary piano player who was in the Jesters, last band to play on Sun Records. Plays piano with the Rolling Stones on Wild Horses. Has incredible history too. Plays with Dylan, sorts of people, and he features quite a bit on this.
Number 2. Number 3.
The Red Devil. Great one. It's got a great version. Just a Poor Man with a Heart Full of Love, which was a Lee Hazelwood song.
Lee Hazelwood, Nancy Sinatra.
Nancy Sinatra and Lee Hazelwood, yes, doing one of his songs there. Now, here's an interesting thing. This was the Tav Falco 10th anniversary. This shows how long ago these guys, how long these guys have been around.
Buys from out east?
Time for a drink.
What's in that grog this morning?
Strychnine. Some folks like the water, some folks like the wine, but I like the taste of straight strychnine. Of course, that's from the Cramps cover of the Sonic song, Strychnine. But of course, you know that.
I knew that. Hell, I did.
10-year anniversary. Now, I saw them in Buffalo 2 years ago, twice in a year when they were over there. And they were doing their 40th anniversary tour. Actually, they were doing 40 cities in the United States for their 40th tour. And they came and graced us over in Buffalo, got to meet them, got to talk to them. But yeah, they already by their 10th, they had like a double live. With, of course, oh, there's the Panther Burns. The unapproachable Panther Burns, as he usually
Really?
addresses themselves. But I approached him.
Didn't bite you?
No, he didn't bite me. Very nice man, I guess. I certainly was thrilled to meet him. I had my picture taken with him. And this is another one of theirs, one of the last ones there. Now they've got all sorts of stuff. This is just a little overview of it. Okay, that was Panther Burns. I love it. And now we're going to talk about this band, the Cramps. I can't say how important this band is. Now this was the original band. Here you see Lux and Ivy, one of the great couples in a band, record collectors that started this, with the drummer Nick Knox and Brian Gregory, a real face of the Cramps. He's kind of like their Brian Jones, because he was just there at the beginning, and their first two classic albums featured Brian Gregory, and he had that fantastic look which everybody related to the Cramps. Now this is like a 5-song EP, but makes use of the word psychobilly on the back of it. And I was thinking, wow, I was wondering if that was the first use of that, because Johnny Cash uses the term psychobilly in a song called One Piece at a Time. And he gets on the CB radio and says, psychobilly. So I was wondering who said it first, and it turned out it was Johnny Cash, about a year previous to this, in like '76. So. And of course, psychobilly is what this genre is. It's kind of and with like Reverend Horton Heat and a lot of the really wild, super rockabilly type bands. This was their first album, Songs the Lord Taught Us. And this has got Garbage Man on it, and it's a teenage werewolf, and fantastic, just fantastic. And these were produced by Alex Chilton down in Memphis. They were located out of New York and met Alex Chilton up there, but he got them into Sam Phillips' studio where they did this, and then of course met some of the locals. Cordell Jackson, the older woman that plays guitar, she was another kind of like brought back out to the fore by Taff Falco, Panther Burns. Played many a show together. In fact, the 3 bands I'm featuring today have all played many shows together, because they're kind of in a little limited section of kind of the top of the psychobilly movement, although I know that Taff Falco doesn't like that term. But anyway, Psychedelic Jungle. Now this was the first album where the replacement for Brian Gregory, Congo Powers. Great, fuzzy, noisy guitar player, took the place of the, because the Cramps for the first so many albums just had 2 guitars and drums. They didn't have a bass till later on. This is and Congo was from the Gun Club. So you see how this is getting all related here? One of my favorites, Smell a Female, live from the Peppermint Lounge. I ain't nothing but a gorehound, and you got good taste, which I actually heard on a commercial last year. They used to use a bit of the Cramps doing You've Got Good Taste. I can't remember what it was for, but I was quite amazed to hear that. Yeah, we saw them 6 times. I think that's how many ticket stubs I have of them in Toronto every time, and always put on a good show. And the Cramps, they'd have anybody open up for them, you know, and they could be the wildest thing. And once the Cramps came back out, they ruled it. That weird tiki-talkie sound of theirs and everything. And
For shoving the microphone right into his mouth.
Oh yeah, thanks for that, for putting them, like the Erg film we talked about last week actually. That's great. This is a little later on, Stay Sick. I believe this was the early 90s. Later, and it's got a great version of Shortening Bread on it, and Mule Skinner Blues, the Fenderman version. It's fantastic. Fantastic. Good morning, Captain. Good morning to you, sir. Big Beat from Badsville. Still got the plastic on it.
Got the price on it.
Yeah, $12.98. Wow. You can't buy a chocolate bar for $12.98. Well, yes you can.
Buy a gallon of gas
Yeah,
up
in
here
case
in
people are looking
Ontario.
at this in the future, right? It's a $5 milkshake thing from, Pulp Fiction.
Well,
Doesn't
that's
seem-
already
yeah,
here.
Yeah, it doesn't seem. This is a big single of Bikini Girls with Machine Guns.
Oh,
It was
they-
quite a bit of these things when it came out. The Cramps have all sorts of stuff. This is certainly by no means, this, as I say, overview. I love that. I love that word. And there's videos, and yeah, that's when they had Candy Delmar on bass. They went over to having a bass player by this point. Another big single, All Women Are Bad. Of course, are all the bands all dressed up in their finest high heels and dresses.
Yeah.
Yes. And this has a couple songs on the B-side, which were done for John Waters when he's doing Crybaby. And for some reason they didn't use them, but that's when initially, because that seems like a natural John Waters and the Cramps. But somehow it didn't work out. Okay, this is very special. I can't show this to you properly, but you see the glasses just fell out. Off the bone.
It's a 3D cover.
This is a 3D cover. Beautiful, beautiful 3D too. And this is like a greatest hits package put out after they left IRS. Now probably the biggest selling, oh, what have I got? I got a promotional Cramps picture too.
Let's take a
And
look.
they had Candy Delmar, still had Nick Knox. All these people except for Ivy. No, Candy Delmar's still around, but Ivy's still alive, but Lux and Nick Knox are gone now.
And I'm sure everybody watches this, just watch the Old Goats Vinyl, the guru of all things. He has a 3D channel, and
I didn't know that was possible.
well, he's got a 3D camera,
Yeah, it works really well with these glasses.
and they came with the album.
Yeah, it did work. We were looking at it this morning with those
Yeah,
glasses.
and
It was
we
very-
checked out a couple of videos done, and the glasses work, and mine are somewhere between here and China.
Now the biggest selling Cramps album there ever was is one called Bad Music for Bad People. I didn't bring that. It's got a big cartoon on the cover, and they didn't really approve of that. It was after they left their record company. The artwork wasn't up to their standards, but like things happen many a time, it is the most popular Cramps album there is, and most people know that image. Here's a bootleg here, the Transylvania tapes. And this is some early demos of the Cramps, the Brian Gregory Cramps. And our old friend, Chris Spedding,
Looky
who
there.
seems to show up all the time on this show, he produced these. So,
You gotta like it.
yes. All right, that was the Cramps. It's for the fan club.
How are those brownies doing over there?
Dance Kalinda Boom. Now this is the album by the Gun Club. The Gun Club was led up by Jeffrey Lee Pierce. An amazing guitar player, songwriter, singer. This version right now, beautiful cover of the Gun Club, had Congo in it. He went back to them after the Cramps. And this woman, Patricia Morrison here, she was also in The Damned. So she's got quite a pedigree, the bass player here. This is a marvelous live album. Nice, noisy. It kind of reminds me of Roxy Music album when you see just the plants on the back there.
Yeah.
Miami, or Miami, as some people say. This was another Gun Club album. This was produced by Chris Stein of Blondie.
Really?
Now, yeah, Jeffrey Lee Pierce at one time was the head of the Blondie fan club.
Cheers. Cheers and beer.
Yes, keep the speech rolling here. Strychnine, and he got to meet Jeffrey Lee, and everybody was quite impressed with the Gun Club, so he produced this album here. Excellent, excellent album. Mother Juno, another one of theirs. He probably put out a dozen things. And later on he had Ramblin' Jeffrey Lee, more of like a blues combo.
Where do you find these albums?
Oh.
Just
well,
lucky or?
Oh, I mean, so many things, it's not like I was hearing them on the radio.
No.
And there was a lot more record stores, and you'd read about these things. And as I say, all these bands are so related that Panther Burns and the Gun Club and the Cramps, although they played together plenty of time. I mean, they're kind of like always mentioned in this kind of trilogy of the top end or the bottom end, depending how you feel about this stuff. Gun Club, Love Supreme. Now, I'm not sure if this is an official release or not. It's Italian. No, it's French, and it was recorded in Italy. And the sound quality is variable. So I'm not sure. And Love Supreme, that was a John Coltrane. A Love Supreme. But again, okay. All right.
Well, I see by the old countdown. Yes.
Mike Douglas. Yes.
I see by the countdown clock. This is where our videos usually go from 1 to 2, but I don't think we're going to have that problem anymore.
Master of technology.
Yeah, famous last words.
Yes,
It can't happen here.
Yes. And I'd like to thank some of our vinyl buddies for the kind words they said about the Attic Daddy CD.
Yeah, and unfortunately, under time constraints, we had to do this because Kevin's got a life. And we wanted to preview Stoner Stash Box. He was going to do something, and the old goat was going to do something, but that's the way she goes.
We got time. Time is on our side.
Speak for yourself.
Well, cheers everybody.
Cheers.
Certainly good to see everybody. I think we covered everything. I hope you enjoyed today's show.
Yeah.
And we'll be back with more.
Is it round up anything, preview anything coming up you want to mention, or is it going to be a surprise?
We'll keep it a surprise.
All right.
Keep it a surprise.
You like surprises.
Yeah. Okay.
That'd be it.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank
you, Shadow Man.
Thank you, Attic Daddy.
What the fun.
We had it. Yeah. I guess you've had your tea.